Living in Asia so long, you friends that have here, the backpackers that end up just staying here, and they'll tell you stories where like, well, I want to drink 6 beers tonight, so I'm just going to eat a bowl of rice just to be able to not spend money to drink that at a time. And that's exactly what pre-COVID a lot of people were doing. They come on these backpacker budgets.
Yeah, and it's the extreme, you know, like, is that a sustainable thing for long term? No. Like, you know, you can't come over here with 12 grand and expect to live a whole year like that. Like that's unrealistic. You don't want to live like that. But if you're a simple person, you don't drink, you never know, right? If you're like if you're retiring and you want to just like sit by the beach and enjoy street food and stuff and you don't drink, it would be surprisingly easy.
Well, I think that those are a lot of the comments we would get that were, you know, it was great. Like it was literally 50-50.
Yeah.
And I would say the 50% of the people that are like, yeah, you can do it, are retired. Now, I think it's a little bit different to be on a retiree budget, because if you have no money and no income, you just run out of money for the rest of your life.
And like if you don't need to save for the future, right? Like if the clock's ticking, then
yeah. But
imagine you're on a pension, right? And you're getting paid $1,000 a month, and like you're just getting that money every month until you die.
Those pensioners, they have to budget. They know that. They come here and they're like, I'm 60. I hope to live to 80, but I better budget to 90. But a big part of that was part of the argument. It's more or less like, great, you can do your budget. Yeah, you can do 30,000 baht a month. What if you get sick? What if you need to fix your motorbike? And what about your visa? Like, there's so many hidden cost hits here that like you have to... and to prepare people and explain that to them, like, don't just show up here with budgeting and tight 30,000 a month, because there's hidden costs as well that are going to hit you. And if you came here with 30,000, 300,000 baht, I don't know, 324,000 baht or whatever, something like that, you won't survive. There's no way.
And discipline is by far the hardest part, right? Like when you've lived here for a while, like I've lived here for a while, you can relax. But when you first move to a country, you go crazy. You treat it like a holiday. You're out all the time. You're socializing. You're meeting new people. You're making new friends. You're doing all these things. When I first moved to Korea, that was the biggest mistake I made, was I treated it like a holiday. I was out partying all the time. I was making new friends. Everything is exciting. So everything is fun. So you're doing like way too much. And it's like, you know, if you realize like, I'm here to live, I'm here long term, you can sort of slow the pace down. You're like, I don't need to go do 10 things this week. I can do 2 and do some next week and go this place later. I'll get there, sort of thing. And I actually made a video on that, because I used to make the YouTube videos back then, not to be a YouTuber, just for fun. And when I moved to Thailand, I watched I think it was like after 3 months, I was just sort of reflecting on my 3 months in Korea. And I watched that video right before I moved to Thailand. And I was like, what can I learn from myself? And I watched that and I was like, okay, I need to just relax. I don't need to do everything right at the beginning. And that was a massive help. And I've watched, like, I've got friends that have moved over here and I've seen them just fall into that same trap of just like doing so much right away.
Well, I think you need to like establish inner circles when you live abroad. And it does block out the tourist. If you enjoyed this content, we're doing 5 clips like this a week. If you want to watch the full podcast, click here.